Yes, Donna. Every student upholds it so as to leave no regrets in one's professional career. Red gloves. There's no one known as such in our school. From the moment he smashed this Lady Justice statue, I knew he'd made his choice. Rosso was once our brightest student. He and his senior classman Samuel Daclia were the luminaries of our school back then. That was so until after his graduation, when his father was accused of murder. The first case he handled as an apprentice lawyer was his father's murder case. All the evidence pointed to old Falcone, and no lawyer was willing to take on this lost case, or rather, they didn't dare to. Someone from the Daclia family, Samuel's own younger brother. Rosso took great pains to obtain ample evidence, but no one knew what happened. On the day of the trial, he attended with his hands full of scars. He then gave his all to clear his father's name. Blood from his ruptured wounds stained the floor, and just when success was within reach, his father suddenly confessed to the crime. I was sitting in the gallery, watching him, watching my student stumble his way out of the courtroom, with his hands full of scars and his ideals shattered. Rosso, it's you.
My father is dead. The excuse they gave me? A prison brawl. Sir, everything you taught me is wrong. No one will listen to what I say if I'm not doing it from a higher place. You do not see. You do not hear. If you can't mete out justice, nor render a fair verdict, then I am... taking over.
That is the story of how Rosso became Red Gloves. Every inch of his fingers crushed, settling into a deformed shape amid stinging pain. His dignity and aspiration trampled, wrapped in bloody sin through an everlasting night. That's the first loss Red Gloves suffered in his career. And it remains his only loss. Red Gloves will win many more cases, but no more wins for Rosso Falcone.
Rosso, I heard you've paid Tony a visit.
Still watching over me as before, I see.
Of course. You're my dearest junior classman.
Yes, my dear senior. Without your tireless guidance, how could I be so successful today?
I take it you're continuing your unbeaten winning streak at the next trial? Just like every victory you had before.
Of course, Sam.
Mr. Daclia, I'm Penny. I heard you were looking for me.
Ah, yes, I was indeed. Come, let's have a word over there.
I thought you wouldn't find me again. The old headmaster's still the same, always rambling on about those dull, ancient tales to anyone who'll listen. Fancy the Duchess of Ďáblar to be so into me, tailing me from the dance floor to Terra, from Terra to the hotel. Others might think you're a raging fan of mine. Very amusing. How'd you do it? I'll admit, you are an intriguing woman. Darling, what makes you think that of me? What do you want? My friendship? What's in it for me, then? Regrettably, Signora, that didn't impress me. In light of our imminent verbal clash, please accept my kiss.
But you really joined the Red Gloves fan club? Then what you said just now.
Is it blood you desire, or is it love that you want?
Now begins the hype.
Anytime.
Quit playing tough. You're the one who poisoned the late Duke, aren't you? How'd you do it? Who gave you the order? Was it Christina de Flavin? Old man, don't think we can't pry it out of you.
7 o'clock. Time to eat.
Hey, how's the old man holding up in there?
No food or water for 24 hours, and yet the old coot's still holding strong.
We're wasting time. The hearing's coming up. If we can't produce something, we'll be in serious trouble. Time to step things up a notch.
Do we really have to? It's against protocol. If we get caught, our jobs are finished.
If they blame us later, we're done anyway.
Then be discreet. Wrap the baton in a towel. No marks, no trails. I'll go in first. You two come in after and help.
Starting? Already?
Needed a break. Get some fresh air.
How hard did you go at him? You didn't kill the guy, did you?
He won't die. I paced it. Experience, you know.
All right. Sure.
You've got, sauce on your mouth.
Had a slice of pizza. Didn't taste great. Actually, my favorite's from Centauro Family Restaurant. Haven't had it in 3 years? Kinda miss it. You two have been at this all day. I'll take over for tonight.
Go get some rest. See you in the morning. Sure thing. We'll come back in the morning.
Fine. We're leaving. Keep an eye on him.
Come on. This is a police station. Where's he gonna run? All right, I know you've got a lot of questions. Anyway, I don't plan on letting you walk out of here alive. A little demonstration of my tricks won't hurt.
After playing so many roles, my own face still remains my favorite. The eyes are a bit small, perhaps, but the proportions are perfect, don't you think? Wrapping the baton in a towel. Classic. Beginner-level interrogation technique. I've seen far more sophisticated ones. Want a demonstration? Here's tonight's little play. Tell me if you like it. Officer so-and-so interrogates a suspect. Goes too far. Bam! Suspect dies. Then the officer panics and runs. I'll be that runaway cop, by the way. And you'll be Lando Fazzini, the man who gets beaten to death. Don't worry. I'll use my ability to make you look just like him. For how long? Should be long enough till they cremate you. Trust me, any dirt on the station will be dealt with quickly and quietly. I still got other business to attend to. No time to waste. Showtime. Knew I'd find the old Duke here.
Boss, I'm coming in. The night's damp and cold. Have some hot tea. Take it easy. You did everything you could. You've done more than enough. If you feel tired, we can just walk away from it all. You know what? I'm not someone who gives up easily either. Especially when it comes to feelings. I've been meaning to tell you this for a long time. The truth is, You! Exactly. I just summoned a double. I thought you might want a second cup of hot tea. I'm the real one, not a double. Boss, don't believe him. Let go of Boss now. Nobody, will never let go of Boss. She's the reason I live in this world. You imposter. I'll expose your true form right now.
Mission countdown, start.
Ganging up on people is my forte.
Now they have truly become phantoms.
What's going on? Did someone break in again? Two nobodies. Summoning your double in the middle of the night? What is this, a sparring match?
Fighting a double is no fun. Come fight me.
Double? How nice. I want one. Then pulling weeds would be so much faster.
A dozen gardeners wearing buckets on their heads? Anyone passing by would die of fright.
He's not my double. He is my double, but he's gone rogue. He actually thinks he's the real one.
Huh? What? I'm totally lost here.
Ah, a shame. I still have 10 minutes left on this disguise. Fine, fine. Since my employer insists.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Did you enjoy tonight's little performance? Of course, that bit of improvisation wasn't the main act. The real highlight is... ta-da! The poison found on the late Duke de Flavin's body.
Let me take a look. So you're the professional boss hired to take Sir Silver's place at the police station.
Miss de Flavin actually calls me a professional? Coming from my employer, that's the highest praise. Much appreciated. If the goods check out, Miss de Flavin, do remember to send the remaining payment to my account, won't you? And of course, if you ever need my services again, don't hesitate to call my number. Identity swaps, proxy arrests, prison stand-ins, whatever you need. I've got you all covered. Splendid. I look forward to our next collaboration. Returning clients get a discount.
Great, we have the poison. But with only 2 days left, can we trace its source in time?
Ah, you look familiar. Last time, you were selling gum by the gate. There was a phone number hidden inside the wrapper. What are you selling this time?
Mr. Cool Guy, I'm selling flowers today. A whole basket for just 3 esols. Thank you, Mr. Cool Guy. If Miss DeFlavin ever needs our help again, just ask the street kids where you can buy the veil. Good luck. May victory be yours.
Strange. Who would secretly send this to us? Let's see what's on this purchase list. Celadon vase, plaster statues, brocade carpet. Wait, a solid gold toilet? This guy really knows how to live. Just this 1 month's shopping list cost the manor over 1 million easels? And what's this? Dart frogs? Peter keeps exotic pets now? Exotic pets? Dart frogs? Dart frogs? They are deadly poisonous!
Understood.
And look at this. Severance payment. The dismissed employee was the Duke's chef, Loff. The amount is 500,000 easels?
500,000? My death contract was only worth 100,000.
Got it, boss. How convenient. That's just what we need. But whoever sent us this stuff, what's their real motive? Can we trust them?
What? Have you got any leads on the Key of Lust? Nothing from my end. Tyrant's men have locked down all news in the lower city. But I do have a suspect. Almost certain.
Then just have another accident. Use the Nethergate to force the key and its holder to reveal themselves.
Understood, boss.
Boss, Judge Stanley and Red Gloves are missing. On both of their dining tables, we found a plate of cold ossobuco. Seems that escaped chef has sided with Christina. Tomorrow's the hearing for the case of the Duke's poisoning, and it's crucial for claiming the DeFlavin inheritance. But among the remaining judges, we haven't planted anyone we can fully trust. The position is slipping out of control. Without Judge Stanley and Red Gloves, who should we send to court tomorrow?
You then. Don't bother me with such trivialities.
Me?
What? Have you forgotten how to debate after sitting in that law firm chair too long?
Of course not. I'll present as Peter's defense attorney tomorrow. Rest assured.
Take this. Drink it if necessary. I hope you won't need it. Ivan, tonight's batch. Make it purer.
It's already very pure, sir. With your episodes becoming more frequent, Boss insisted we mustn't.
Since when do you question me?
Do you no longer heed my orders? When I say hire, I mean hire.
Yes, sir.
Now begins the hide and seek.
Tony, isn't it? I heard you graduated from famous law school. So you're defending Lando Fazzini today.
Yes, Mr. Ducklia. You're from Famous too, right?
Ah, you recognize me. What an honor. Poor boy. Your very first case after graduation, and it's your own father's murder trial. You remind me of Rosso Falcone. He once faced the same cruel fate.
You mean Rosso? My senior? Him too?
Out of respect for your devotion, I must share a truth you deserve to know. Lando Fazzini is dead. He resisted quite fiercely at the police station and was shot on the spot.
What did you say? You're lying. My father is dead. Then what am I even doing here today?
Out already. Pathetic. Even Rosso lasted longer. He at least finished the entire trial, with both hands shattered to the bone.
The court is now in session to hear the case of Peter Jonas versus Christina de Flavin and her butler, Lando Fazzini, on the charge of murdering the late Duke de Flavin. Counsel for both sides, please state your positions.
Your Honor, members of the jury, my client, Mr. Peter Jonas, and I will prove that this was a carefully premeditated murder. Christina de Flavin, driven by greed for the ducal inheritance, conspired with the butler of the de Flavin manor, Lando Fazzini, to poison her own uncle. Her act was depraved and unforgivable. A woman capable of such cruelty does not deserve the title of Duchess. We ask this court for a fair and just verdict.
Defense counsel, your opening statement, please. Defendant, have you not appointed a lawyer?
I am her defense attorney. Allow me to speak on behalf of Christina de Flavin.
What are you doing on their side? I thought that Chef
Shut up! This is a courtroom. Watch your mouth.
Your Honor, I present my current certificate of good standing and a review from the Bar Association. Any prior allegations and any minor procedural oversights have been formally addressed and resolved through the proper channels. My apologies, Your Honor. There was simply too much evidence to organize. And it took a bit longer than expected.
Rosso, you think you're playing house? Being late to court is contempt of justice.
Frankly, you just said the most spot-on sentence in all of your vapid life. Each one of us is holding our own meticulously prepared scripts, playing our own roles. As parents, judges, bailiffs, everyone's acting in earnest. Looky look, the gavel, the evidence pile, the witness box, the trial scene set up as a fabulous stage. Oh yeah, rules! There's the rules! There'll be somebody laying the rules and every one of us has to obey him or face punishment. Maybe some will think, why him? Why can't I set the rules? But alas, nobody wants to be locked up or to be told off. We're done playing with you! We all want to be the main act. But today, the spotlight isn't on me, or even on Christina. It's... Guess who? All right. Seems you're all sick of waiting. The mastermind behind the old Duke's killing is none other than... Peter Jonas!
Defense counsel, are you suggesting that you also intend to accuse Peter Jonas of murdering the Duke?
Yes! And I further request that this case be joined with the Chef Massacre case from 3 years ago. A case that shook the Capitol.
Objection, Your Honor. The defense counsel is arbitrarily linking two unrelated cases. This is only to mislead the court and incite public uproar.
Unrelated? Samuel, do you even know your own client? Be careful not to aid the wrong person. Or perhaps this Chef Massacre case has something to do with you as well.
Defense counsel, you claim these two cases are connected. On what basis?
3 years ago, Peter Jonas abused 2 children of the Santoro family to the point of permanent injury. To cover his tracks, with Samuel's assistance, he murdered the entire Santoro family and framed Ethan Santoro, the chef, for killing his own family. What began as abuse under the shield of aristocratic privilege escalated into a horrific family massacre, leaving the innocent chef, Ethan Santoro, wrongfully imprisoned. And how does all this relate to today's Duke poisoning case? The connection is Duke de Flavin, a nobleman of conscience and justice, investigated the Chef Massacre case in secret and came to harbor strong suspicions about the truth. He could not tolerate that his heir would be so cold-blooded and potentially linked
to a massacre. Your Honor, to establish the Duke's direct motivation for changing his heir, we move to submit evidence into the record. This is the original sealed letter Duke de Ƒө骝töö wrote to Miss de Ƒľavin's mother, kept by the recipient all this time. The letter clearly states, "My nephew Peter may have been involved in the massacre of the Santoro chef's family. His character makes him unworthy to inherit the dukedom. I have decided to designate Christina as the primary heir."
That letter must be forged!
The handwriting and signature have been verified by professional authorities. The authenticity of the document is beyond doubt.
That was 3 years ago. Even if Peter harbored resentment, why act now?
Because at that time, he had no idea the Duke had changed the heir. Duke de Ƒľavín, childless all his life, had only his sister's son, Peter Jonas, by his side growing up. The Duke had long designated Peter as his heir. If not for the chef massacre, that succession would never have been altered. Normally, a will is highly confidential, yet with Samuel's assistance, Peter bribed the Duke's will attorney and inspected the will twice. On the first inspection, Peter was still the heir. On the second, the heir had been changed to Christina. This second inspection took place just a month ago, shortly before the Duke's death. I also have a sworn statement from the Duke's will attorney confirming he accepted the bribe and allowed Peter and Samuel to view the will. I asked the court to review it. This, Your Honor, demonstrates the connection between the two cases, as well as Peter Jonas's motive for the crime.
Objection. Even if the defense counsel presents all this reasoning, which may sound convincing, it still does not prove that my client had any motive or any direct involvement in the Duke's poisoning. I have evidence showing that the poison was administered by the Duke's butler, Lando Fazzini. I request the court to allow me to call a witness. Duke de Ƒľavin's personal valet, Penny.